One evening in 2014, Gua and Hamp were walking to Tau Hua Tan Park, passing through two identical roads. During the first segment, Hamp wanted to take the overhead pedestrian bridge, but Gua thought construction might be blocking the way. So he asked him to walk below on the narrow roadside along with the vehicles to cross the bridge. Later, Gua realized that it was actually possible to cross the bridge from above. When the second segment of the same road appeared, Hamp wanted to walk below again, asking for the same approach as the first segment. However, Gua considered this to be rigid thinking. Knowing that it was safe to walk above on the pedestrian path, Gua refused to let him go below. Hamp was unwilling to comply with Gua's demand, and Gua used reinforcement measures to force him to follow his instructions. The child became extremely upset. In forcing the child to change his behavior, many mistakes were made. To illustrate, considering examples of Gua forcing himself and his child to change behavior, please analyze. Polluting creativity. When encountering the first road segment, it presented a new environment where Hamp's spontaneous actions would emerge, a process known as creativity. However, Gua prematurely intervened with instructions, polluting his creative thought process. Creativity is a process involving collision, encountering unknown elements, differentiation, integrating with existing knowledge, and choice, guided by conscious thoughts. Gua obstructed the birth of this process, preventing Hamp's brain from engaging in the thinking process and his body from practicing the intended action. Self-righteousness. Although the first road segment could be crossed from above, Gua thought it might be impassable and prevented the child from going up. Gua jumped to conclusions without conducting research or investigation, demonstrating self-righteousness. Moreover, if the child attempted to cross from above and failed, he would encounter a collision and backtrack. Whether he succeeded or not, his cognition would differentiate, and he would choose to walk below and cross the bridge. He would have undergone a process of thinking and practice. Stubborn self-righteousness is Gua's weak point. Taking shortcuts due to inconvenience. Gua worried that the first road segment might be impassable, so he gave up on trying. He found that walking below was feasible, so he chose that path. This is due to Gua's aversion to inconvenience. Practice 1, reflection, and practice 2 constitute a cognitive process. The practice 1 is referred to as the first practice, and the later one is the second practice. Hamp is in the first practice, where he needs to practice and reflect before entering the second practice. Gua, on the other hand, has already gained much experience and is in the second practice. Hamp needs to engage in his first practice, yet Gua feels it is troublesome. Because of this aversion to inconvenience, Gua obstructs the child's first practice and takes him directly to the second practice together. This is facilitating failure. The correct approach is for Gua to accompany Hamp during his first practice.